The UK and the EU now have just 365 days to come to an amicable agreement for the Brexit transition. I spoke to David Kitching, a political analyst and advisor for Torque think tank, about some of the biggest stumbling blocks in this process.
Well, at this stage, the biggest stumbling block is still Ireland, where I'm speaking to you from. This was not given enough attention during the run-up to the referendum itself, but still now we've seen over the past few months that there are so many multiple layers of complication in terms of how the UK-Irish relationship is bound up with the EU. So for one thing, there are contradictions in the position taken by the UK Conservative Party. On one hand, they want to be able to have a frictionless, seamless border between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. But on the other side, some of their hardliners want the UK to exit the customs union. Now, the rules of the European Union will not allow for them to have both. And there's an extra complicated layer to this in the sense that the UK and Irish governments signed a treaty together in 1998 as part of a long, drawn-out peace agreement, that there would be a seamless north-south relationship, so between Northern Ireland and the Republic, a seamless east-west relationship between Ireland and the UK, so as to satisfy the two competing communities within Northern Ireland. To give any undue favour to either side in what had been the conflict in Northern Ireland risks destabilising the process.
Right, I just wanted to talk to you about the economy briefly. There was a leak of papers in 2016 that said the UK economy would be hit hard by leaving the EU. In June of 2016, actually, then Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson had said there will still be free trade and access to the single market. He has since walked that back. What is the economy shaping up to be on its own?
Well, even before Brexit has happened, the UK, after the referendum, was hit by serious inflation. The costs of normal foodstuffs and other consumer goods have gone up rapidly in the period since then. And there's been increased volatility. The UK's economy slipped from being the 5th largest in the world to 6th largest, being overtaken by France. Huge amounts of multinational companies have been seeking to put their headquarters elsewhere. Often they've gone to Amsterdam, to Paris, to Dublin, to Berlin, seeking more stability among countries that are still within the largest trading bloc in the world.
Prime Minister Theresa May had said, as you know, that the big takeaway for her with this election of Brexit, actually, or the referendum, was that the British people want to see a reduction in immigration. She wants to see net migration down to a sustainable level. Will she actually get that?
She will, but she won't be altogether happy about it because they're losing key workers that they need in the UK for their economy to function. So while some of her party and others did play to this kind of anti-immigrant sentiment, it really is going to further hurt their economy. And in reality, they will see a reduction in immigration from certain quarters. Lots of people from EU member states based in the UK have already begun to leave. I left sometime after the referendum when I had been based there. And it's this uncertainty again about what one's status will be within the UK once the deal has been finalised.